Hi, I'm Kerry. I'm the host of Best of Us Investors, YouTube channel that basically works on helping people make good investment decisions so that they make money in the stock market and real estate. We also strive to keep more of what we make. And when we do that by understanding the tax code and how to use the tax code to our advantage. And our ultimate goal is to accumulate $24 million that we don't need. And that's the money we're going to pass on to our heirs because that's what the United States government currently allows us to pass estate tax free. So why shouldn't we go for it? And that's our goal. So, I'm a retired financial advisor. I worked for Ameriprise and built one of the largest financial planning practices in the United States and sold it in '05. What I want to do now, though, is give you a view as to what's going to happen in the investment world and how you can position yourself to take advantage of it, because we are moving into a new era. I want to give you some reference points, though. I've been around a while. I'm 76 years old. I remember the introduction of TV. We were living in St. Bernard, Ohio, a suburb of Cincinnati, and my dad brought home a black and white TV. We upgraded, and that was in 1947. We upgraded to a color TV somewhere around 1955. Can you imagine, though, how TV has changed the world from pre-1950s to today? How it is just a assumed means of entertainment, of knowledge, of experience. Heck, I remember that when we didn't have the highway system, that really didn't start happening until after World War II. Eisenhower came back and started the highway system in 1956, and that gave birth to motels. There were no motels. I also remember the commercialization of air flight. There were times people couldn't fly anywhere. I remember those things. And just think about how that changed the world we live in. And then in the 80s, we were introduced to the internet. The wireless internet then came in the early 2000s. We had the first Android phone, believe it or not, in '08. Apple '07 introduced a phone. And now we have the phones of today that have more computer power in them than the rocket that sent Neil Armstrong to the moon. So I've seen a lot of change, and I've seen a lot of how that changed the world we live in, and how if you can get ahead of that change and you can own the companies that deliver that change, you can make a lot of money. You don't have to be the owner of the company. You don't need to be the founder. You just need to invest in it. And we're going to see some change in 5G, and there's going to be some opportunities, but that's not where the real big win is. The real big win is in healthcare. As a result of computing power, as a result of artificial intelligence and machine learning, the strides that have been made in healthcare are just right now about to come to fruition. And I think it really has been stimulated as a result of the coronavirus. To give you an example, genome sequencing, and that's genomes are the map of our body, and our ability to look at that map is something relatively new. It was available in the year 2000, and for me to get a full sequencing of my genes in 2000 would have cost roughly $1 billion. Well, as a result of computing power and artificial intelligence and machine learning, the cost of that genome that was $1 billion is now down to somewhere between $200 and $400. So you can see eventually we're all going to have our genome sequenced. And then what has evolved from that is a company called Crispr, and this is a technology that allows us to go in and look at the gene and actually alter it. And through the altering of it, we are able to eliminate disease. And then we are at the birth of that. And I was excited about that until And then it was elevated just this week when I learned about Deep Mind and the AlphaFold 2 project. What's Deep Mind? Deep Mind is an English company, been around, I think, probably since the mid 2000s, 2008, something like that. Well, Google bought them in 2014, I believe it was. I did a video on this, and you can look it up. That's not the important thing. The important thing is they were working in a field, and they came up with AlphaFold 2. AlphaFold 2 is all about the folding of proteins, and how proteins are folded in our body are the key, are the unlock the source of life through the use of amino acids. There's 21 amino acids, and there's over, I think it's 20,000 proteins in our body. When you use those in conjunction with the genome sequencing and the Crispr process, we have the ability in the very near future to eliminate disease. We have the ability to understand what's going on in our body and altering it such that we live longer, so that we know how to deliver drugs to our body to make it live longer. That's astronomical. So I say to you, I did a video where I said there's 3 companies that you need to own to get wealthy. Well, you need to add Google to that. You need to add Google because Google owns this Deep Mind. And when these 3 companies and Deep Mind come together, the world's going to change. And then I want to add to that Amazon Web Services. And I'm not going to say it's Amazon because it's Amazon Web Services. Amazon Web Services just this week announced the invention of a new chip, which they're calling Trainium. Trainium, Trainum. Now, again, this is above my pay grade, but Trainium is a chip that will do 1 trillion, that's with a T, 1 trillion calculations per second. Again, this is something that just came to fruition. You put all this together. You put this changes in genome sequencing, this CRISPR, you put this AlphaFold 2, and then you add the ability to accelerate that with this what Amazon has created and is using in their Amazon Web Services. And everything I just told you, from TV to internet to airplanes to highways to 5G, is now insignificant. Not insignificant to the extent, I mean, what's going to change relative to these things in biotech and current computers is just going to accelerate this world and change it. I mean, the new careers that are going to result. I saw something that really struck to me. It was saying, putting this Alpha 2, putting all of into perspective of what has happened in this same year of 2000. You've got Tesla and Waymo, which is also Google, who have created self-driving cars. You've got Boston Dynamics, who has made tremendous strides in robotics. And these are all technology. And someone's going to sit down and say, who do we give the prize to for the biggest development, the Nobel Peace Prize for the biggest development in technology? It'll probably be Google's DeepMind's AlphaFold 2. That's how important this is. That's how it's going to change your life. So my message to you is you must own Google. You must own Amazon. And you must get involved in CRISPR, in Illumina, in the genome sequencing. You must get involved in these companies. Nitella. And these are the companies that you're going to look back and say similar things to, boy, I wish I invested in Apple when it was $4 a share. I wish I invested in Tesla when it was $10 a share. You will look at even Google, which is now around $1,800 a share, and you will say, I wished I'd invested in Google when it was only $1,800 a share. Or I wish I had invested in Amazon when it was only $3,200 a share. I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen, because everything that has happened in my 76 years up until today is going to look insignificant as to what's going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years, even the next 6 months. You must buy these stocks. You must own these stocks. These are the stocks that are going to get you to our ultimate goal. And remember what I told you our ultimate goal was, and that was to accumulate $24 million that we have no use for, that we allocate to our heirs, that we allocate to making a difference in the life of those who follow us. And that's where we're at. And you need to become aware of it. And you need to commit to owning Google, Illumina, Altera, Pacific, PACB, CRISPR, and Amazon. I have said since I made my first video, I want to invest in companies that are going to change the way I live. I don't have that much longer to live, but these people could add years to my life, and they will. And you need to own them. I'm here to tell you that. Now, if you want to be a part of this, if you want to be a part of this groundbreaking information, go to bestofusinvestors.com. I'm going to send you an email. And in that email, it's going to tell you how to connect with our Discord and how to become a member of our tribe and how you can then sit down and have live chats with me on a regular basis, and we'll share more of this. How we're going to spend money to have the best of research available to you as an investor through our Discord and our eventual website. How we're going to work as a team. We've got 65,000 members now. In that team, there are people who know a lot more about this than me, know a lot more about computer chips and about genome sequencing. And we're going to bring those minds together, and we're all going to achieve our goal. Remember what our goal was? $24 million that we don't need. So commit to it, understand it, and become a part of it.